Episode 2, Top Bird.
And we are live! Listeners, one and all, welcome back to the Afterworld radio show. I am your host, Parks Howitzer, and I am glad to tell you I have made it to a safe zone. I feel refreshed, I feel relieved, I feel only slightly in pain from the 16-hour hike to get here. My feet are killing me from my hard-soled deerskin dress shoes made by Walter Lieb. I'm not sponsored, he just makes great shoes. Not for hiking, mind you, but great shoes nonetheless. Anyways, I've made it successfully south. As you might hear in the background, I've found a safe place to record, not exactly the best for audio quality, but in these trying times, we take what we can get. Am I right or am I right, listeners? Ha-ha. All right, well, continuing on, I've made good company with some friendly electricians who have agreed to fix some of my busted equipment. I apologize for the poor quality in this broadcast. Hopefully at one point we can take a brief break to reattach the broken equipment. It's a very nice safe house they have here. One electrician going by the name of Finch has taken quite a liking to me.
No, I have not. He bribed me with taking a look at that portable phonograph, which I am keeping.
No, you're not. I need that to broadcast music. Anyways, damn it, I had my words loaded and ready to go. Not having a clearly defined script is one of the biggest losses since moving from the FSA copper radio. One moment. Yes, there it is. I described my journey here, so allow me a brief respite to wax poetic about my journey. I began by heading south from my prior location, the location which I recorded after being chased, to clarify. Not a single spear hit me. Not a single one. Those gentlemen of the militia had excellent aim, but I guess I just razzle-dazzled them good.
Bad.
Don't question my genius in wording.
Okay. You don't know you're repeating yourself from your last broadcast, right?
You listened to my last broadcast?
Don't flatter yourself. It was all that was on while I was working on a repair project for the nearby Wardenclyffe.
The what?
The Tesla Towers. You know there's an official name for them, right?
How have I never heard they're called that before?
Your shelter.
Now that's just rude. All right. Where was I? Yes, I broadcast from a rundown shack within the borders of Colorado Springs after escaping my assailants, not far from one of our amazing Tesla towers. Shortly after that...
Wait, didn't you say earlier that you didn't have a script? What's that in your hand?
My script, which I wrote whilst hiking for 16 hours to get here. Can I please do my broadcast?
You have my permission.
Nice. Finch, you have permission to speak to me during the interview, and...
Dude, permission? I'm the one doing you a favor. Let me have my fun. Continue.
Okay. I apologize, listeners. I didn't razzle-dazzle 'em good. I jumped off of a cliff.
Attaboy, honesty. All right, I'll stop now.
Thank you, Finch. As I was saying, I jumped off a cliff. After that, I found the previously mentioned shack. Damn, I don't even know where I'm supposed to be in my notes.
Hey, boss, repairs are done.
One moment, listeners. Repairs. Quality at last. Thank you, Gregor. Honestly, thank you to most electricians here.
No problem, boss. Thanks for the payment.
Yes, you're welcome. They don't use currency here, they barter. There goes my greatest hits ever recorded. We're down to local bands and the previously mentioned illegal music. I don't think I'm ready to listen to those yet, considering I'm still in the borders. They may contain curses practiced by the pagans within. I'd like to not be cursed while running from the law. Finch, you interrupted me so many times. Do me a favor and remind me where I was.
Tesla Towers, yada yada, moving southward or something, yada yada, wax poetic, that sort of thing.
Thank you, yes. After I finished... What's with the yadas? Whatever. Thank you. After I had finished my broadcast, I began my journey southwards towards this safe zone. I first had to cross Fountain Creek. I had to jump into the creek and swim holding all my equipment above my head. Heavy equipment. Slow swimmer. Not a great position to be in, but for the sake of journalism... Yes, even for the sake of journalism, it was an unfortunate situation. After I exited the creek, I found a safe spot and took time to dry off whilst avoiding anyone who might have been hunting me from such a close proximity. Being almost nude and sopping wet, trying to avoid people that want me dead, is quite the humbling experience in my opinion. But I managed to find a safe clearing between trees and rested an hour. Following that, I began my journey south. River-soaked and air-dried suits aren't the most ritzy outfits one could wear, but unfortunately I must make do. Are there dry cleaners south of the chiefdom? Well, I guess we'll find out. Currently, I've made it as far as the Pueblo area. I've had to swim through the creek multiple times, but the second time I knew well enough to put my clothing in with my equipment. The walk from Colorado Springs southward has proven to be a long one, but this scenery more than makes up for it. The view that extended before me was beautiful. Vast plains and hills, green and brown grasses flowing in the breeze. Expanses of hills littered with trees, sloping higher than I can climb and spiky with green. Occasional deer prancing by, wild cows and bulls. Probably some kind of predator stalking me. I'm likely not tasty. Drinking this view in was more beautiful than I can describe with words. Long stretches of flat green. The roads are horribly maintained, jagged, and hard to walk on with large cracks between. Pieces of road are diagonal, in some places utterly vertical. What are our taxes going to? I jest, but one can make travel in these conditions work. And as I've mentioned before, these shoes are not made for hiking. They're honestly a bit tight, and the heel is utterly impractical. Hopefully, the next form of civilization I encounter has a cobbler or some variety of luxury shoemaker. Walter Lieb, you make good shoes for looks, but damn, maybe in the future try adding some comfortability features? As I journeyed, I was lucky to not have run into any of the bands of hunters or the common ilk. This general area is said to be inhabited by some violent ruffians. The tribes of people between civilized areas are known as marauders, the worst of which being the dreaded DV-50, better known as the Death Valley 50 families. Based on reports I've read, the DV-50 is governed by the eldest one there, who my sources tell me is only 5'10" and 3 years of age, a man known by the name of He Who Dismembers, which I find to be an unsettling name at best. Too many syllables. Why not something like Hank? Hank is a perfectly good name. Right, but what's important today is I have a guest, an electrician by the name of
The name's
Finch.
Finch. I fiddle with electronics and make things work, in layman's terms. I figured out how to get the same power from the Wardenclyffe Towers down to something more portable. Not gonna explain how that works, because I don't want any of the mouth-breathing electricians listening to this to eddy my
Whoa
designs.
there, Tiger. Pull it back a bit. I'm sure if any electricians are listening to this, they are great people and amazing at their jobs.
And I'm sure that they're not listening from the comfort of towers they repaired by themselves. As far as I care, they're beneath me.
Okay. So when you said eddy your designs, what do you mean?
Context clues are a thing of beauty. But for those with nothing going on in the dawn, it's something my people say that means to steal an idea. Eddying. Use it in your daily vocabulary, kids.
Your people? Tell me more about that. You're just an electrician, aren't you?
I'll rip your tongue out if you compare me with electricians again. I'm a fucking wizard, that's what I am. I do things people couldn't even dream of doing.
Wait, pause. Time out. You can't say that word on air.
Which one?
The F-bomb, sir. Please refrain from that. Advertisers hate that kind of language.
Firstly, not a sir. Secondly, who's advertising on your self-proclaimed heretical radio show anyways? Certainly not the shoemaker you've been flaming this whole time.
Well, I'm hoping I can get sponsorships eventually. Apologies, not sir, so, ma'am?
Wrong again.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. What would you like me to call you then?
God of electricity and titan of the current.
You can't be serious.
I'm not being serious.
Right. So I ask again. Seriously, this time. How do I refer to you?
With my name? Finch? As something that isn't he or she? They works? The two-party system sucks anyway. That's what St. Van Buren believed anyways.
St. Van Buren cemented our two-party system. You besmirch his name by comparing the trivial issues of identity to his genius. Without him, our worship beyond the god-presidents of Rushmore couldn't be divided upon the saints as the gods intended. Did you even read your holy texts?
Nope. I was too busy pounding pussy.
You can't say that on air either! Where do you keep getting apples from?
Oh, our little community pays for shipments from Orchard City. We grow our own crops, but apple trees get in the way of power lines. Want one?
Not while we're recording. This is meant to be an interview. Can we please get back to that? Don't just nod at me. This is an audio medium.
Yes, we can continue the interview, Parker.
I verbalized you were nodding. You didn't have to do that. Okay, where were we?
You say, where were we? A lot. Look, I'll just give you the rundown so you don't have to ask a billion questions. No, I'm not an Americanist. I think that the founding fathers are just faces carved into stone, or I don't know, people. Not gods, anyway. If they were gods, what have they been doing to help us lately? Jack. That's what. Absolute Jack.
You sound like a Hamiltonian.
Did you not just hear a word I said? I'm not a damn Hamiltonian. By the 31st.
You swear like an Americanist.
I can't choose who raised me. The things I grew up hearing are engraved into my soul.
That's quite deep.
So I don't worship the founders. I don't really worship anyone. I pay respect to Tesla, the one who built the original Wardenclyffe, and inspired my people to spread his power across the land. We're nomadic. Don't stay in one place for too long, but I messed up. Got kicked out of the club, as it were. Long story. Don't want to talk about it.
Wait, does that make you,
Yeah, Nikolai.
That's amazing. You know I've been...
Looking for one of us. Yeah, you got lucky I was here. Real lucky. I made sure that the nearby tower was zapping away at night so you'd get here. You looked like a lost puppy when you showed up. I asked politely. Yeah, you heard me, politely. If Gregor would let you stay here for a bit, and he was kind enough to say yes. Really, it was somewhat insulting the state those electronics you brought in were. You don't know You don't know anything about the coils and the way the electricity works. Those repairs you did after falling off that cliff like an absolute clown just made things worse. This is a good place, though. I'm happy you made it here. The other people at this shop, Gregor especially, were kind enough to take me in. I've been here for about a year, maybe longer. I stopped keeping track after I proved my worth. Now I'm probably one of the best at this shop, but to be honest, the stagnation is getting old. I've got one Wardenclyffe near me, and there's hundreds, maybe even thousands out there that are sitting in disrepair, able to transmit anything from one to the next. It's a beautiful network of interlocking, invisible chains. Chains that we can harness. You want to know what I mean, Parks? I want a world where light doesn't come at the cost of burning a tent down. I want a world where I don't have to wait months to hear if my parents died getting from one city or another. This radio thing you're doing is great, but let's say you get to Erixia. What are you going to do then? Your signals are going to die. Nobody has touched the Wardenclyffes out there. Way too hot in the desert. You get this information you think the world needs to hear, then what? Die with it? Having told nobody besides the people who already know.
Are you asking to join me?
No, I'm not. I've got business here that I have to take care of before I can think about leaving. Kudos for not giving me shit. Oh, this no swearing thing sucks. Kudos for not giving me a hard time about insulting you so much.
It was quite rude, but you had some good points. I'm a little hurt, I'll be honest, but I'm willing to put those aside if you help me.
Give me the phonograph.
Absolutely not.
You promised to give me the phonograph and help me out with something, and I'm yours.
That's a hard bargain. Can I still broadcast music and use it personally?
I'll let you borrow it, sure. Do we have a deal?
Yes, we have a deal. For our listeners, we did just shake hands to solidify this deal. Why do you want the phonograph so bad anyways?
Foreshadowing.
What?
I don't want to tell you right now, especially not on air. Fuck. Oh, screw that.
Well, you said to help you out with something. What may that be?
We'll talk about it later. Just rest for now and let me do the same.
Right. Do you...
No, this group of electricians does not have a shoemaker.
Good point. but not what I was going to ask. Do you mind handing over my phonograph so I can play some music to end the broadcast?
It's my phonograph now, bucko. But sure. What you gonna play? I like that song yesterday, Molasses Tongue, was it?
Yes, indeed, my goods. Top bird? A finch is a bird, right?
Top bird is dumb, but I'll accept it. Yes, a finch is a type of bird. They go beep beep a lot.
Hey, guys, I think some people are marching up here. They don't seem that happy. Might want to shut that off.
Oh, shoot. Finch, what do I do?
Hey, Finch, get your ass over here, now!
Sign off and help us!
All right, well, listeners, thank you for listening. This has been the second broadcast of Afterworld Radio. I have been your host, Parks Howitzer. The song I have for you tonight is Just a Little While by Primo Seat, a funky little groove that makes me think of old times that I'll never get back. All we can do is move forward.
Fuck your broadcast. Help us!
Anyways, farewell, listeners. Enjoy the music and stay safe. I've got a fight to fight, I think.
We're coming for you, radio bitch!
Pray for me. As patriots of liberty bid you adieu, please, may you be blessed by our founders.
Whoa!
Fire! Sound the alarm! Pick up a spear and fucking help me!
Do your job! Kill him!
Afterworld Radio by RP Williams is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 international license. You can find more on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Today's episode was written, directed, edited, and produced by RP Williams. It featured RP Williams as Parks Howitzer, Marlowe Finch as Finch, with additional voices by AP Buzzelli, Nic Rodriguez, and Kevin Forbes. Title art by EmaLee Holmquist. And today's music was Just a Little While by the band Primo Seat. A link to more of all of their work can be found in the description. Rate and review us online. Visit our Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube channel at Afterworld Radio. Find our website at afterworldradiopod.wixsite.com/radio or email us via afterworldradiopod@gmail.com. Join our community on the Discord via the links in our social media bios, as well as on our website. And finally, truly, thank you for listening.